Hey y'all, welcome to the Pungo Prairie. Well, this right here has been my project for the entire summer, which I had never intended for it to be. Right about now, I should be getting a red metal roof on this rafter system. But what happened was I had to tear out the old deck and stairway that came up from the lower deck below up here to the upper deck on the little house, which I built only like 13, 14 years ago. But because the EPA will not allow manufacturers these days to put the proper treatment in the wood to make it last, it just rots out, which just means that you have to cut down more trees after everything rots out. And then those trees are not cleaning the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. But anyway, that's another subject for another time. So what I decided to do was to put a roof over everything. The deck was open before, the stairway was open before, and seeing as how I'm gonna be 73 years old in a couple of months, and the previous structure only lasted about 13 years, I decided to put a roof over top of all of it and keep that water off, because to tell you the truth, I don't want to be doing this again when I'm in my mid-80s. And as you'll see here, it's kind of a really complex roof system with a lot of twists and turns and compound angles that I had to cut for rafters. Anyway, here's a little bit of the view of what I have been doing here. And as you can see, there's quite a bit to it, especially for one guy, me, doing every single bit of it. And I've only been able to get to work on this just a few hours in the morning each day before going to work. And with this project and the time that it's taken me weekly, a couple days every week, to help my sister care for our mom who's 96, and with all the demands of the restaurant and obligations for catering, like I've got a great big wedding this weekend, it's been really uncertain whether or not I'd even be able to return back to camp this fall. And I know that would be very disappointing, especially to me, and I know a lot of y'all that they look forward to seeing those videos. But it's okay. I'm just considering myself very blessed to still be able to have the agility, even though it's painful at times, to be able to take on a project like this. But for right now, I want to leave you with some of the sights and sounds that I've had the joy to experience this past summer right here on the Pungo Prairie. So don't go nowhere, because you don't want to miss this. What is that? What is that? Tally girl is mesmerized by this little woolly worm. Oh my goodness. You better watch out, Tally. That woolly bear's gonna get you. You crack me up. Oh my goodness. Coffee tastes good this morning. Tell that girl you go back to bed, baby. Let's see what the Lord has to say. Tell that girl. See what the Lord has to say on this, final day of October 2023. Let's see. What did I write here? Black powder opens today. This is 2020. Black powder opens today. Justin and Brucey are here. Beautiful, clear, quiet morning, full moon. Yeah, I guess it was a full moon. It was a full moon. We had full moon 2 nights. Almost 3 nights this year at Hunter's Moon. 2012. Well, I remember where I was in. I was down in Fort Lauderdale at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show when Superstorm Sandy hit the Northeast and had everything pretty well delayed as far as flights go. Those folks up there, New Jersey, New York, they were impacted pretty severely by Superstorm Sandy, and we actually had to fly from Fort Lauderdale to LaGuardia, then to Baltimore, then home to Norfolk. So our flights into LaGuardia had been delayed for, I think, 3 days. We had to wait it out there in Fort Lauderdale, so it kind of cut into my mountain time here. Got my cozy cabin candle illuminated here. Sweet Miss Laura sends me one of those every year for camp. Every year, the company that she orders this candle from, they ship it FedEx. And FedEx cannot seem to find the little house on the Pungo Prairie to save their life. I mean, you would think with this day and age, of GPS and everything, but every year it's like an Easter egg hunt, trying to find a package. Of course, I don't even know what's coming, and then I'll get a message from Laura saying, check your neighbor's gate, check the farm 2 miles down the road. And sure enough, I'll get on that ATV, my mule, and go driving around, and sooner or later I'll find it. But like I said, it's like the Easter egg hunt, but we haven't missed one yet, have we, Miss Laura? Thank you so much, sweetheart. Appreciate this. This is always such a welcome friend to have in camp. Thanks to you. You ran hard yesterday, didn't you? Oh my goodness. Learn to listen to me even while you are listening to other people, as they open their souls to your scrutiny. I might have to get my glasses here. You are on holy ground. You need the help of my spirit to respond appropriately. Isn't that the truth? So many people fly off these days and just speak the first thing that comes to their mind, which more often or not is spoken from ignorance of what the real truth is in this world today, when everything's upside down. Everything. It seems like right is wrong, white is black, black is white. All you got to do is just listen, and you can't believe what people believe, and what people are clinging to is truth, when it's the exact opposite. Oh my goodness, I don't be meaning to get preaching a sermon here this morning, but we're definitely in a spiritual warfare, not only here in America, but around the world. And we need to put on the whole armor of God to be able to withstand the fiery darts that are being slung our way. I'm pretty sure it's in Ephesians. If I can find it here. This old tattered, worn out Bible, all the pages are torn. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Ephesians chapter 6. Oh yeah, here it is. It's Ephesians 6, chapter 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand an evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on your breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with preparation of the gospel of peace, which this is right here. Above all things, the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked, and take on the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. The helmet of salvation, and it tells you right here, the helmet covers you. And the helmet of salvation, of course, is Jesus Christ, which the name Jesus itself means Savior, and He saves us when we believe and take on Him as our helmet of salvation. He'll save us from these fiery darts. Now listen, that's all I'm going to do. I'm sure I've lost probably a few hundred subscribers just by reading that, but that's okay. Maybe I'll get a few hundred subscribers back plus some, huh? So that's all I'm going to do. I promised y'all a long time ago I wasn't going to get into preaching sermons on this channel. But we're living in a pretty scary time, folks. And I'm not going to be apologetic for sharing that with you this morning. Some of y'all us already know all this. Some of us are hearing it for the first time and need to hear it. Anyway, thanks for putting up with that. And thank you, sweet Jesus, for bringing Tally Girl and I back to camp. And Justin, you too, for helping us to get it all set up. Tally Girl, you ready to go? Come on. Okay. All right. Calm down. All right. Stall. Nice and dry. Now, of course, the reason I chose this particular tree, as you can see in that one clip where I was panning up the tree, it didn't have a crown. There were no limbs with foliage or remnants of foliage on them. There was no treetop. So the tree was dead, and I figured it would probably make good firewood, because when it's standing timber like that and it's dead, it's a whole lot drier than if it's already down, deadfall, and it's down. The water tends to get into the trunk of the tree a little bit more intensely when it's horizontally than it does when it's vertically standing straight up in the air. It's like God's own natural kiln. cut that scrubby looking autumn olive bush down. Kind of clean up camp here a little bit. Looks a lot better. It's funny how this year there's not a single autumn olive berry on any of these bushes around here. Last year, if you remember, there were so many of the autumn olive berries that we made autumn olive berry jam. I still got some, and it's still good too. That's my little mouse and chipmunk and mole and vole slayer right there. After running a hard day all over the mountain. Far too often we find ourselves so caught up in the snare that everyday life can be. We find it difficult to release ourselves and experience simple treasures that life presents along the way. I, for one, am quite guilty spending far more time and toil than I would like. I guess so many of us can say the same. I just decided to take a pause and still haven't gotten that red metal roof on. I do have a wedding reception to prepare for in just a few days, then 2 more after that. At least they are spaced far enough apart that hopefully I will get to make it back up to camp again this season. This will be our last campfire until then. Nevertheless, it is a campfire to be savored here alongside Bratton's Run with my little brown dog. Because one never knows what tomorrow will bring. We will be heading back east come sunup in the morning to the Pungo Prairie. But for right now, we're just going to sit here and enjoy this fire. Ain't that right, Tally Girl?